last week has been, everybody has heard about all the
Yes.
killings
Yes.
can depress you.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to depress you too,
Okay.
because Revelation is depressing. So sorry.
Thank you.
It'll be better today. All right. So, just a recap. For this chapter, we've been going through the 6 seals, 7 seals, but 6 are in this chapter. We remember that the first seal is peace and the Antichrist. The second seal was war, which took peace from the earth. The third seal was famine and disease. The fourth seal was death, much death, hell. The fifth seal was the saints that are saved during the tribulation. They are praying to God for his vengeance. We come to the sixth seal in verse 12. Just 2 verses today, 12 and 13. 12 says, "And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell to the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind." So when he opens the 6th seal, Christ, John, who is having this vision, says that the sun became black as sackcloth of hair. The sun became black. That is a fact. But he says as. This is, again, speaking figuratively. He's going to compare. He's not comparing the sun itself, but the color of the sun. The sun became black as sackcloth of hair. Sackcloth is material. It's cloth. It's made of hair. That's sackcloth of hair. It's made of goat's hair or camel's hair. It's black. People who were in mourning would wear this sackcloth. It's just like us wearing black perfumes. Very dark. I don't know that this is speaking in human terms or literally. I don't know that the sun actually goes black. Maybe this is just speculation. Maybe the sun is covered, like in eclipse, and it appears black. Maybe it gets very cloudy. Remember when Christ died, it got dark for 3 hours. Maybe it gets dark. But maybe to the human eye, the sun appears black. So the important thing is to note, what you can know is that the appearance of the sun changed. It's not shining anymore at this point. He says, "And the moon became as blood." Now I'm unsure that it turned red, because it doesn't say it became red as blood. It just says became as blood. I'm not sure what that means. It could mean that it changed color to a dark red. But to further understand that this is consistent with Jesus' words in Matthew 24. Just listen. Verse 29. Jesus was talking about the tribulation to the disciples. And he says, immediately after the tribulation of those days, so this is after, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. I think what's important is that they won't give their light, not necessarily understanding every detail of, will they actually go black, will they actually go appear to be blood. The important thing is the humans in that time will look up, and the stars and the sun and the moon won't be shining like we see now. Just further verses on that. This is Isaiah 13, verses 9 and 10. Behold, the day of the Lord comes. The Old Testament calls Christ's second coming the day of the Lord. Cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. The sun and the moon don't go anywhere. They're there, but they're not lit up. They're not lighting anymore. The moon will go out, of course, because the moon gets its light from the sun. If the sun goes out, the moon will follow. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verses 10. The earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. This is verse 31 of chapter 2. The sun shall be turned into darkness, the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. Chapter 3 of Joel, verse 15, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. So the important thing is, they're going to withdraw their light. They're not going to have any light. Verse 13 of Revelation 6, and the stars of heaven fell to the earth. Now this is not a scientifically accurate statement. So if someone was into science, they might have a problem with this verse, saying, oh look, the Bible is untrue, that can't happen. And that's true. A star can't fall into the earth, because it says the stars of heaven fell unto the earth. The Greek word is into. The stars came into the earth. But stars can't do that. Why? Because stars are bigger than the earth. Stars are bigger than the sun. The earth can fit into the sun 1 million times. That's how big the sun is. Stars are bigger than the sun. They can't fall into the earth. It's more that they would swallow the earth up. If they were on a path to collide, they would either collide and the earth would go into them. But if they got even close to the earth would vaporize because of their heat. So no, this is not a scientific accurate statement. So is it untrue? No. Because the word for stars in the Greek is aster. Aster. That's where we get our word asteroid. These are not literal stars, asteroids. An asteroid can fall into the earth because it's not bigger. An asteroid can differ in size. It can be very big, can be pretty small. When an asteroid enters the Earth's atmosphere, they usually break and they become meteors. That's where we get meteors. Now, when they enter Earth's atmosphere, they heat up, which makes them glow. We call this shooting stars or a falling star. But this is very scientifically accurate because it says the stars fell. An asteroid is a falling star or a shooting star. So to better give you an understanding of that, turn to chapter 8 in Revelation. And look at verse 10. Now it's going to say a star again, but it's the same word, Greek word, asteros, asteroid. Verse 10, chapter 8. And the third angel sounded. This is jumping ahead past the seals. There are angels now blowing trumpets. Third angel sounded. And there fell a great star, a great asteroid from heaven. Remember I talked about it glows, burning as it were a lamp. And it fell on the third part of the rivers and on the fountains of waters. Verse 11. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. So, Revelation, actually, our English translation calls it stars. But it's not literal stars as we know. These are asteroids, not literal stars. A star can't fall into the earth, but the earth can fall into the sun because the stars are bigger than the earth. These are asteroids. So, at this time, this is plural, stars, asteroids. So, asteroids are going to be just tearing up the earth at this point. Then he makes a comparison. Verse 13. Even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. A fig tree, a fig is a fruit. A fig tree would cast her untimely figs. Untimely means unripe, not mature. A fig tree would drop her unripe fruit when she was shaken of a great wind. So the stars will fall when the heaven is shaken. So I'm going to prove that to you. Matthew 24, again, this is Jesus' words, verse 29, chapter 24, verse 29. After he says, the moon shall not give her light, he says, the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. In verse 12 of Revelation 6, he says there was a great earthquake before he talks about the sun. Not only will the earth quake, so will the heavens. They will also shake, and the stars, the moon, and the sun will be affected by that. So we'll stop there, and next week we'll pick up.
Amen. Amen.